Okay, this is Kayla. She is a Husky, and I want to show you all how the easiest and most efficient way to bathe, shedex, and undercoat a Husky, right? So this is your biggest, wooliest dog you're going to be doing on board of a mobile, because it changes things when you're mobile, right? You're on a limited water supply. You don't have same kind of access to, you don't have the same electricity components that you do, things like that. So you really have to learn how to save your water, save your time. So I'm going to show you what I do. This is my homemade recirculator. There's a video on how to make one of these yourself. It's about $100, $120 you can make one. And it saves your water supply right there and your time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting her wet. On board here, because I'm on that limited water, I really want to make sure her whole coat is pretty wet for me, because my recirculator has to have so much water in the bottom there to be able to recirculate. It has to have a depth of about 1 inch. So her fur, literally, if I don't have it wet first, she's going to soak up my inch of water down there into her fur and slow my recirculator down on me. If this looks a little uncomfortable, it is for me in this particular mobile. My new one, my next one that I'm building out, it's almost ready. It's a little different, so I don't have to bend over anymore on these big dogs. But so I'm going to soak her fur down. I've got somewhere around, look at the depth of this water so they can see about what she's got. And so what I want to do, I'm going to get under her undercarriage here. I got pretty much water now. I want to get the rest of her soaked pretty quick with my hand, like this. I'm not even sure, but I tell you, we're going to get through 3 big dogs today with my water supply, no problem, by the way. Alright, so I'm going to wait on her head last, because I'd rather keep out of her eyes and ears as much as I can. It aggravates her and she'll shake more. So I got my water supply, and I'm going to use my plum wash. It's just a plum wash. I don't have any particular shampoo that I really love yet. I'm going to put about that much in it because she's not real dirty. If I lose my suds along the way, I'll just add more soap, that's all. I have an explanation of how soap works in my recirculating video. Now I'm going to kick this on. And I'm going to do 2 things during this process to save myself time. I see her every 8 weeks like clockwork, so I've cut down a lot on her shedding. We've been able to maintain it a lot. But I want to brush her fur out. Another thing I did with this recirculator I want to tell you real quick is I threw just a little fishnet around it, because I'm going to try this for the first time on board, actually brushing her out. This is how I used to do it in my shop. Works the very best to brush them out with I like to use one of these brushes. I think it's called an undercoat rake. Anyway, I like to use that while I'm going, because that pulls through that fur and loosens it up and gets it out of there. So you'll save yourself time by doing this. So let's go ahead and get our recirculator started. I need her to stay on this side. I'm going to just relocate her a little bit, so I got her bootied up over here. A little bit more out of my way. Forward. Alright, we're good. We good. Sorry, she's a little over there where I don't want her, but here we go. Get it on. Yeah, this is a little uncomfortable on my back for sure. You're alright. You're okay. We do this all the time. I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to brush her fur one direction and the other. I want to pull as much of that out as I can. I'm not going to have a big issue with her fur because I see her regularly. Tell your customers that. If they stay on a regular schedule, you can maintain that fur. Otherwise, mobile, you can only do about 70%, 80% of removal and prevention. So it's best to stay on a regular program. Now I'm going to run my hands through there. I recommend, when you're not mobile, if you have a shop, I would recommend putting a conditioner on this coat to seal everything up. On mobile though, because of that limited water supply, you got to be careful about conditioning. So it helps to seal it and condition it, because help. Yes, it does. It's so fluff. Ah, that was not supposed to happen. So let me move on here because I gotta get moving with her. And she's moving around on me a lot. So I just wanted to show you that you can do that. I'm actually gonna skip it this time because I want to get her done. And because I've got her fur so maintained now that I don't need to do that. But on the first time around, maybe even the second time, you'll want to do that. If you're in a shop, you can do that every time. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. She's a Husky, so she's gonna start getting real loud on me if I don't get her done. Hang on, girl. You see I still got all those studs, too. And I'm not using water. I'm not using any extra water at all because of my recirculator. Be sure to get in that booty real good. She doesn't like it, but that booty gets stinky. Hang on, girl. So. Alright. Go ahead and cut that booty.